Assalamu alaikum. Ahlan bikum. Welcome to our channel. And today we want to discuss the time we hallucinated in a ride back in Egypt. Go ahead.
So basically, I'm gonna tell you my version because Summer was across the taxi. It was our uncle's car.
Yeah,
Uncle
my uncle's
Ashra.
car.
Yeah, and we were just coming back from Egypt, or we were coming to Egypt, or we were leaving.
We were going back to our apartment.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, see, we were still in Egypt. That's why we didn't remember it because
We were still in Egypt, and we were just going back to
the
our apartment.
But we were traveling from somewhere like that.
Our flight had gone canceled.
Oh yeah, it was that day. It was the day that our flight got
Canceled.
canceled. So we were coming back to our She'a, which is an apartment, a village, little villa. And so we were going back on our way. I just remember all of a sudden I start getting a little bit like, not like nauseous, more like my head felt kind of light. And then all of a sudden I start seeing people like while we're driving. Like I'm in the back seat with Summer. We're both in the back seat. My dad and my uncle are in the front seat. And I start hallucinating on the drive. And I thought it was just me. But then later, Summer told me like,
I was hallucinating too because I was looking at the window. I was hearing voices, people talking to me. I would see people that wasn't really there, like they weren't there, but they were there. I was hallucinating, like it was a whole trip, like you were on like a whole kind of drug or something. But we were not. We were completely sober, and we were just.
It was like we entered the twilight
I think it was
zone.
like just being dehydrated and just
we was
exhausted from
but
traveling, and our flight had
I
got
saw
canceled.
my uncle in the hallucination. I saw people that
we saw people we knew
of Egypt that we knew in the hallucination, and they were doing stuff. And I don't really remember because I was just such a like. It was like I entered a different dimension. Like I said, like it's like a twilight zone. I feel like on that drive we just entered a different dimension in a way because it was like we started hallucinating, both of us, but we were sober. We were not on anything. We were our family in Egypt. They're very conservative people. Like we just drink water and like maybe smoke hookah, vape, not vape, but yeah, stuff like that. But not anything.
It was just a crazy experience overall because we never experienced anything like that. And she thought she was tripping. I thought I was tripping. Like, and then we found out it was just something we both experienced, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then also we want to do a book review. Okay. So let us know in the comments what you guys think about the hallucinate story. If you have any questions, I will very much appreciate it.
I'm glad you respond.
Okay, so the book we chose to do today is called The Power of Now, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment by Eckhart Tolle.
It's pretty cool. Very much advised, recommended. It's a fire book.
So we're going to do, the Severa Twins thing, and we're going to do if you guys are new to the Severa channel, every week what we do is that we get a book and we flip through the page and we pick a random page and we just read the page and discuss it, or even read the whole chapter if it's that deep. But sometimes it's mainly just read the page and then we discuss it.
Yeah.
So. This one. The human race is to survive. It will have to go on to the next stage. Consciousness is the evolution throughout the universe in billions of forms. So even if we didn't make it, this wouldn't matter on a cosmic scale. No gain in consciousness is ever lost. So it would simply express itself through some other form. But a very fact that I'm speaking here, you are listening or reading this, is a clear sign that the new consciousness is gaining a foothold on the planet. There is nothing personal in this. I'm not teaching you. Your consciousness, you're listening to yourself. There is an Eastern saying, the teacher and the taught together create the teaching. The teacher and the taught together.
The teacher and the taught together.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Teacher and the taught together create the teaching. The one that is learning, the one that's learnt, and the teacher, they're the ones that work together.
Student and teacher.
That together create the teaching. Yeah. In any case, the word in themselves are not important. They are not the truth. They only point to it. I speak from presence, and as I speak to you, may be able to join me in that state. Although every word that I use has a history, of course, and comes from the past, as all languages does. The words that I speak to you now are carriers of the high energy frequency of presence, quite apart from meaning they convey as words. Ooh, I like that they said that, because he's saying right here, I have to go back and read it again because this is like crazy. The teacher and the taught together create the teaching. In any case, the words in themselves are not important. They are not the truth. They only point to it. I speak from presence. As I speak to you, may be able to join me in that state. Although every word that I use has a history, of course, and comes from the past, as all language does. The words that I speak to you now are carriers of the high energy frequency of presence, quite apart from the meaning they convey as words. Interesting. Silence is even more potent carrier of presence. So when you read this or listen to me speak, be aware of the silence between and underneath the words. Be aware of the gaps. To listen to the silence wherever you are is an easy and direct way of becoming present. Even if there is noise, there is always some silence underneath and in between the sounds. Listening to the silence immediately creates stillness inside of you. Only the stillness in you can perceive the silence outside. What is stillness other than presence, consciousness, freed from thought forms? Here is the living realization of what we have been talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to read the next page.
I thought it was kind of interesting, didn't you?
Yeah.
Can you just finish this page after and then we'll stop?
Well, I don't really want to say this page because it talks about something that we don't believe in. What I got from that page was basically that it was telling you that understanding and being present in that moment, in every moment, is a part of having high frequency. In order for you to always be at a high frequency state, always recognize the silence in things, in words, in pauses, in sounds, in everyday things, because that's how you maintain presence. When you remain silent and just think about, well, not really think, kind of just observe the world. Kind of just be silent and observe, and not be so much inside your own head, because when you're talking from what is in your head, but when you're listening to the outside. So that's kind of how you uphold high frequency, because you're not always within yourself. You're always like,
Yeah.
why are you smiling?
Yeah, I just like that. They said that.
Okay.
Freeing yourself from your mind. Oh, we already read this page.
Oh. Yeah, it was kind of, that page was also kind of talking about what I just said. Finding the life underneath your life situation. I don't see how I can be free now. As it happens, I'm extremely unhappy with my life at the moment. This is a fact, and I would be deluding myself if I tried to convince myself that all is well when it definitely isn't. To me, present moment is very unhappy. It is not liberating at all. What keeps me going is the hope of possibility or some improvement in the future. You think that your attention is in the present moment when it's actually completely taken up by time. You cannot be both unhappy and fully present in the now. What you refer to your life should more accurately be called to your life situation. It is psychological time, past, and future. Certain things in the past didn't go the way you wanted them to go. You are still resenting what happened in the past, and now you are resenting what is. Hoping is what keeps you going, but the hope you focus on the future. And this continued focus perpetrates your denial of the now, and therefore your unhappiness. It is true that my present life situation is the result of things that happened in the past, but it is still my present situation, and being stuck in it is what makes me unhappy. Forget about your life situation for a while and pay attention to your life. What is the difference? Your life situation exists in time. Your life is now. Your life situation is mind stuff. Your life is real. Find the narrow gate that leads to life. It's called the now. Narrow your life down to this moment. Your life situation may be full of problems. Most life situations are. But find out if you have any problem at this moment. Not tomorrow, not in 10 minutes, but now. Do you have a problem now? When you are full of problems, there is no room for anything new to enter. No room for a solution. So whenever you can, make some room. Create some space so that you can find the life underneath your life situation. Use your senses fully. Be where you are. Look around. Just look. Don't interpret. See the lights, shapes, colors, textures. Be aware of the silent presence of each thing. Be aware of the space that allows everything to be. Listen to the sounds. Don't judge them. Listen to the silence underneath the sounds. Touch something and anything and feel and acknowledge its being. Observe the rhythm of your breathing. Feel the air flowing in and out. Feel the energy inside your body. Allow everything to be within and without. Allow the isness of all things move deeply in the now. You are leaving behind the deadening world of mental abstraction. Of time, you are getting out of the insane mind that is draining you of life energy. Just as it is slowly poisoning and destroying the earth, you are awakening out of the dream of time into the present. I like that.
What did you get from that?
From this, it was saying that if you're unhappy in your current situation, just don't be so distracted in that mind game. Focus on everything that you have right now. Focus on the now. Like focus the colors of everything around you, how you feel, your breathing, the in and the out
to make your life better. What could you do
the
right
mental
now? Is it
thoughts,
prayer?
yeah.
Is it filming? Is it something that creates you to be at your highest self, at your highest frequency? And you need to find what is that creates you to be at your highest frequency. Is it singing? Is it drawing? Is it teaching? Whatever it may be, you need to just find out and continue to do that more often.
Yeah.
And that's what we are doing. We are proof and evidence that this works because
that's what we do.
We are literally doing that.
Yeah, that's what we do.
So stay tuned to see if it works. Masalama, guys. Stay tuned to our next episode, and we wish you guys a very, very happy holidays. Masalama, stay safe.